Hey everybody, it's Molly. Happy New Year, everybody. Coming from you from my hotel room in Delaware. That's where I'm at tonight. It's about 11:30, and I promised you guys that I would do a video when I finished up my day today. And although I'm not quite finished, the biggest part of it's done. I had asked all of you what it was that if you could ask me anything about the business, life in general, what would you like to know? And I got about 50 questions that said, I want to know what a day in your life looks like, Molly. I'm still trying to figure that out. Who in the world wants to know what a day in my life looks like? I mean, it's crazy. You wouldn't want to travel with me. Well, maybe you would. We do have a lot of fun. So, I'm game. You know, if you want to know what a day in my life looks like, I can tell you as a baby SEUL in AVON. Doesn't mean that all the SEUL's days look like this. Just my crazy day. So I took 2 days. I took today and I took Monday. Not necessarily completely normal days, because to be quite real, I don't think there's any one day being in Avon that is completely alike. It's all according to what that day brings or what the schedule brings. I think the most important thing with your day, if you're trying to compare the two, no matter where you're at in business, and look, this was when I had a full-time job, when I had 2 jobs, when I was trying to do Avon 2, I still had to schedule everything out. And I don't care how you do it. It can be smartphones, it can be your tablet, your iPad, whatever it is. I am still an old-fashioned girl. I still have the good old handwritten thing here. That's what I have. Yes, I have to have it. Even though I still have this on my phone, I do like a Google Calendar. That's so Lee can keep up with me and he knows what we have to do. So that's why I have the Google Calendar. But I still have to have everything written down. I still believe in a handwritten to-do list. It works for me. And what you have to remember, excuse me, is that whatever you use, you have to make sure that it works for you. But I do think it's very important to have your day scheduled and not to just consistently fly by the seat of your pants, because I think you never really get done what you would like to get done. And this shows you too whether you're kind of overscheduling yourself for stuff. Now, there are some things that I do every day no matter what. There are some things that Lee does every day, like first thing when we get up, unless there's something that's majorly pressing. We have some things that we do all the time. So let's talk about Monday. Monday, now here in Maryland, well, I'm in Delaware, as you can see. See my hotel? Yeah, I'm in Delaware. Yesterday, of course, I was in Maryland. I was at home. Excuse me, I'm trying to get over this stupid flu thing I had. So Mondays are always a little bit hectic for me, but this Monday in particular was. On a normal Monday or any other day, the truth of the matter is, you all have heard me say it with Monday motivations and everything else. What's really great, I think, about being in business for yourself with Avon is that, one, I don't have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So on a normal day, I take an hour in the morning to do my paperwork, if I want to Facebook, and whether I'm on my motivation inspirational page, or giving Teresa Paul or Jeanette Pulley or somebody a hard time on there, whatever it may be, giving myself a little bit of time in the morning, but also while I'm checking some things out. This day I knew it was not going to be that way. I wasn't going to be able to just sit around in my jammies drinking coffee and hot chocolate all day, and although I do like to do that in the morning while I'm getting paperwork and all done, this was going to be an unusually busy day. So I thought it was probably a good day to show that when I'm really on target and we have certain things and certain goals we have to get done, that this was great. So I had to set my clock for 7. I don't like getting up at 7. I want to be clear. And I think that's my right not to get up at 7 if I don't want to. But sometimes duty calls, even in Avon, even for an SEUL, duty calls. So up at 7, get my shower and all that out of the way. And the first thing that I do every morning, Lee and I both, and this becomes habit when you are leadership. And if it's not habit, you need to make it habit. But the first thing we do, and I have always done, whether I had 5 people on my team or 400 people on my team like we do now, the first thing I want to look at in the morning is downline manager. And I don't just mean on payday people. Yeah, that's the most exciting day, payday. But not just payday. Because that keeps me in tune with my team. And I like to get a feel of where my team is that day instantly. Now, I can remember when I first started signing people up that a lot of the people I signed up were all in the same RPS, okay, all the same mailing plan. And it was cool. You could keep up. You kind of knew in the beginning where your numbers were with AVON because you only had 10 people and 8 of them are RPS 4, then you pretty much know you got a couple of orders coming in, but you know where you're sitting number-wise. Not so much anymore. You know, now we're national recruiters. Now we have people all over the country, and we have people from RPS 1 to RPS 10, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, it is the greatest thrill in some aspects, but in some aspects you're like, oh gosh, you end up knowing who your heavy hitters are. In our case, our heavy hitters are RPS 6s and RPS 9s, and all that came with the redistricting. It didn't used to be that way, but it is now. So as of now, we're kind of used to all that. So, you know, we want to check, and we check things like, okay, first of all, where are our unit sales at? One of the key things that Lee and I always look at are what is the past due, because the last thing you want to see is the past due to keep going up and up and up, because look, if they're not paying, then you're not getting paid. So I pay attention to that. You know, sometimes when it's been a massive campaign or you know, maybe people, you can tell they're having trouble getting all their orders delivered, collecting their money. You know, I hold my breath. I'll look and it'll say, oh, my past due is, you know, $20,000, and that may be, or $25,000. That may be small potatoes to a lot of seniors, but for me, it's not. It's big potatoes. So when I see that, I never like it to get that high. Look, I wish I had no past due, but I realize that the way we do things, that's just not going to happen. Do you hear my phone still going off? Do you hear emails still coming in? People still texting me? What is wrong with people at 11:30 at night? They think I don't sleep or something? It's crazy. Let's get back to it. So, downline manager, past due, no orders. Huge thing, no orders. So I'm looking at my no orders. I'm also looking where I'm at. Now, you know, on Monday, we were RPS 9, okay? So the night before, or actually the day before, I always send out emails. So Monday morning, one of the key things I had to do on this Monday, on B Week, is I had to send out emails to everybody who needs to be placing an order for RPS 10. I'm a stickler. Reminders. All 3 gens. Not just who I sign up. Everybody. All 3 gens. That they always get a reminder from me, and they never know what it is. They never know if it's, look, I use American greeting card emails. Sometimes it's just regular emails. Sometimes it's through downline manager. Whatever it may be, the point is I make sure that they know, hey guys, this is Molly, short and sweet. Wanted to remind you, orders due by 12 noon. If you have to put it in late, put it in late. You know it's going to cost you $4 more. But don't forget, because here we are, campaign 2 books. You don't want to miss campaign 4. And then I give them a reason why. We know we have the new lipstick coming out. So we wanted to make sure, hey, you've got to get these books. So I send out, look at the past dues, look at the no orders, send out my emails for orders due for, you know, the next RPS. And yes, I do that every day. RPS 1 through 10, that's what I do. And yes, they should know it, but I can't pick out who needs a mama and who doesn't, so everybody gets it. And at the end, I always put, if you've already placed your order, thank you and job well done. So, you know, they like that. They know, oh, well, ignore it. And remember, sometimes they do slip through the cracks. Some people don't open their emails. I get all that. Look, we're not going to be able to touch everybody. They choose whether they're going to open their emails or not. But one thing my team knows, and I make very clear when I sign them up, when I send welcome letters, the whole thing, if they're getting something from me, it's important. It's important because I'm not sending my team 5 emails a day. I'm not sending them every time Avon tells me something. I'm not on the phone with them all the time. I don't treat them like babies, but I do try to guide them. And so when they get something, I try to let them know, guys, this is important. So you need to read it. You need to pick it up the phone. You need to answer the text. Look at it. The other thing that I do, and this is particular on Monday morning, okay? On Monday mornings, I send out for the whole week. I schedule birthday emails and anniversary emails. Anniversary, of course, for they've been in Avon 1 year or more. Birthdays, you know, who's coming that week. I cover them all. For my birthdays, I use American Greetings. I am contemplating send out cards, yes, for all those people who've already done it. I haven't gotten quite there in my business where I feel like it's a necessity yet, but I can feel that it's probably coming. So I use American Greetings because I have more of a selection and I can make it more personal, and it costs me like $16 a year to have American Greetings. So I get to pick what I want. I might pick a different card for my leaders, but for everybody else, you know, that way I can put what I want and not everything is Avon. Sometimes it's nice not to see Avon, and then they tend to open it a little bit sooner than they would an Avon card. So I do that, you know. Of course, the moment I get up, I'm looking at texts, I'm looking at emails, no different than the rest of you. But this is what I know. When I get up in the morning, I have to decide what time I'm getting up tomorrow or the next day. I have to look at it to make sure what time do I have to hit the ground running and really get out the door and get done started in my business. Because when it comes to getting out, signing up people, you know, getting out there working with the team, whether I'm delivering orders, delivering brochures to customers, no matter what it is, I have to make sure that I'm on task. I want to make sure, and look, I'm not always on task. This girl is not perfect, but I do try to do what I have to get myself on task most of the time, because if not, I am a miserable somebody to live with if I'm not on task. So I get all that done on this day in particular, on Monday, because of Just Say Yes to Avon. On our agenda on Monday, it was to go out and canvass businesses, business to business to business. We wanted to nail down 2 businesses that we could work with. We ended up nailing down 3 businesses, and as of today, 4 businesses that we could set up a table at, or, you know, we have the tent or whatever it is that we had. You know, we went out and took my EUL out with me, and we wanted to get the places intact for the team, especially for newer unit leaders, newer candidates, so that we knew we were going to be there, so they will be okay and know what to say. And in the process, we were also training them. So that's what we were out doing, canvassing businesses. And we did that from 11 o'clock in the morning until 5 o'clock. Now let me tell you what's weird about this. I have been with Avon 8 years, and I've done tables. We've talked about these in other videos. I have done events, love doing them. But what I've never done is I've never gone into a business to prospect business to business, Avon to business, and say, hey, we want to partner with you. These are all the great reasons. And, you know, I am that person that I always encourage people to step out of their box if they feel like a little bit scared about something. And I have to tell you, on this one, I was a little bit scared. And I had to be completely honest with my EUL Linda and say, you know, today I'm getting up. This is out of my comfort zone. I'm not used to going into businesses. Look, guys, you know me when I go into businesses. I go into business, I got Avon all over me, I do sign-ups at this place and that place, whatever it may be. I go into the bathroom, I go to their their community board, whatever, and I'm posting Avon on everything. I'm leaving the Avon brochures on the back of the bathroom doors. Believe me, they know I've been there when I get done. But going in and talking and saying, hey, we want to partner with you, and being fearful of that word, no, sorry, we're not interested. I hate that. And I was so worried about that. But we were determined that we were not coming off the street in the rain in Maryland. We were not coming off the street until we got at least 3 yeses. 3 yeses, we knew we could make that work, and we could get more later. But that was our goal. We set a goal, and we wanted 3. So we did that. Now I have to tell you, we got 3, but it took us going into over 10 businesses to get through. And I mean to get them. I'm sure all of you who are doing this have run into this. I have to ask corporate. You have to check with corporate. I have to check with my general manager. I have to ask Santa Claus, if you guys can come in, and then we'll ask the Tooth Fairy, and, I'll have to call my mom in New Jersey. Oh, I swear they have every reason. Why can't they just let us set up a table and tell people about the opportunity? What the heck, man? My motto was, I'm in here. If I give them a way to make more money, then they're going to come in and spend more. I think it's pretty much a win-win situation to me. But all these red tape things, who knows? But Linda and I went forward. Onward, we did, no matter what. And we got our 3 businesses. Yay! I was so happy that we did. So then, of course, we went and we had lunch in between there. We nailed down 2 of them, and then we went and had lunches at this next nice Mexican place. And I talked to the manager there about selling Avon. Asked her how much money she was making, that kind of thing. Could you make an additional, would you like to make $200 extra a month? I can show you how to do that. Of course, she was on the clock, so she couldn't act like she was interested. But, left her some information, got her information. Always important, get their information. Skedaddled into the bathroom, hung a recruiting flyer with a book. Yeah, did all that. There were 3 tables there, left flyers on the tables, the tri-folding. Yeah, did that. But in a good way. So, got that done. And then I had a leadership meeting with my district manager for the district at 5 o'clock that evening. So again, we were out till 11 to 5. We stopped for lunch, of course, and made some connections there. And then we had a meeting to just kind of strategize about what everybody in the district was doing, so that nobody was stepping all over everybody. We didn't have a tent in the same shopping center on the same day, 3 tables, all Avon. Boy, that'd be crazy, wouldn't it? So that was a really good meeting, her letting us know, everybody throwing their ideas around. So, that went on till about 7 or 7:30. And then, I got home probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Yeah, long day. The dogs were happy to see us. Had welcome letters that Lee had done up sitting on my desk. I always send welcome letters to 1st, 2nd, and 3rd gen. If I'm the one who has signed them up in my 1st gen, they still get a, hey, it was so glad to meet you. I send them a couple of handouts that will help their business that I didn't give them in their kit, so they feel like they're getting something fresh. 2nd and 3rd gen are getting business cards from me, and again, something else from me. If anybody has signed up online, and we all know that we have unit leaders or above who don't always do what they should do when they sign people up, and they're not always giving everybody what they should give them, or spending the time with them, or following up. So I follow up. I do. I follow up. And if I'm pretty much sure that, is that even a phrase? Pretty much sure? Pretty much sure. Okay, anyways, if I'm pretty sure, forget the much. If I'm pretty sure that they're not giving them the packet that I teach my team to use when they're signing up a representative, then I make sure that they get the packet. We mail the packet to them. I want everybody to have the chance to be successful. I want everybody to have the same information. And if that means that I have to do a little bit more work, well, if it works, then what happens in the end is we all make a little bit more money. So I kind of follow up with, when I've talked to them, hey, welcome to our team. Did you get your folder and your kit? And if they kind of are like, with your account number and all that, no, I have my copy of my contract. I follow up, and and I do what needs to be done. Look, I can't make everybody do everything right, and I don't try to. I used to, but it's their business. But I can make sure, I do feel like as a leader, it is my responsibility to make sure that they get what they need to get. So I always make sure that new team members know that I am, that I'm there. That I'm there, because you know what, if that unit leader that's on my team leaves, goes out on bad debt, decides they don't want to do it anymore, and these people are rolling up, I don't want them to suddenly get familiar with me like what happened at nesting. I want them to know who I was, not just through my emails. I want to make sure that there is some personal connection, that I've tried to call them, that I'm sending them a packet, they have a business card with my name on it. I am here. I am part of your team, and I am part of your support. So I think that's very important. So I got home, did the welcome letters, had to get them all packed up. I had to be in Delaware today, of course. That's where I'm in now, to start my next day. And it was going to be a really busy day. Normally, again, Delaware days don't normally start quite as early as this did. But I had a packed day today. And it's exciting. I got to tell you, I love packed days. Would I want them this packed every single day? I don't think so, because the great thing about AVON is I can have 3 or 4 really packed days, and it's really nice to have some days that I can just chill out, do paperwork, that kind of thing, make phone calls, make appointments, that kind of thing, follow up, and not be so rushed. But it always makes me feel good when I've done days like this, where, man, by the time I get done, and I am exhausted. See the bags under the eyes? I am exhausted tonight. But it's been a really great day. And today, it was great yesterday with establishing the businesses. It took me out of my comfort zone, and I realized that I could hear a no from a business person. So that was great. And I made it through the day. I'm still here. So if you haven't gone out and checked with businesses, you need to do it, because Molly says if she can do it and get out of her comfort zone, so can you. So, I'd like to hear about that, if you did that and you got through it. They're still texting me. Do you hear that? Oh my gosh. So, okay, so got up early. Again, checked the online manager today, went through all that, emailed people, got my email order out, because, of course, this morning, even though RPS 10s were due today, now we're into RPS 1. And here we are, we're getting ready to start into campaign 4, okay? Or I'm sorry, campaign 3. 3? 4? 3? What the crap? Yeah, 3. We're getting ready to start into 3. Wow. So before we start into that, we know that there are mailing plans who still have time to put in orders. And I don't stay on these people every single day, but I've got to tell you, when there's only a couple of days left, and I realize maybe they've been busy, maybe they just flew by my email, whatever it may be, I give it one last ditch effort that says, hey, you can still put an order in right now, and it can be in. It's only $4 more if you put it in. Get your next books. You want to make sure that you have them so that you're ready to go. So if there's any like that, and we always hope there's not going to be a lot like that, our average order is definitely maybe higher than a lot of people, but I do believe, because I stay in contact, but I don't bully. I stay in contact, but I'm not their boss. I stay in contact, I offer help, but I don't make them feel like they have to take it. And I still make them responsible for their own business. And especially for anybody who is, LOA 1 through 6, and sometimes 1 through 8 if they've had a hard time. But especially them, because you're trying to help them establish habits of what they need to get ready to do. So I got all that done. I make, of course I made a list of, because I was going to be traveling and I'd be on the road for 2.5 hours traveling to Delaware. I always make a list of who can I call while I'm on the road. What can I do while driving to make use of my time so that I don't have to worry about, wasting that time. And it's not a waste coming up here because I have a wonderful team developing up here. But let's make the phone calls and make sure that everybody that needs to be addressed or needs to have their questions answered, that I'm doing them. So I have that list all made up, ready to go out the door. And yes, I wear my Bluetooth, so I do not stay on the phone. I'm good about that. So I make that so that I can call everybody on the way to Delaware. New reps, they are, I had a new rep that put in their first order, and he did not get his order. He was supposed to get his order on Friday, and here it was still Tuesday, and he didn't have it, and we had been trying to work on that, and I was determined today was the day that I was going to get an answer about why this order wasn't to this rep. You know how that goes when things don't work out, but I hate to say it happens. You just get them through it, stay calm, and they're going to feed off of you. If you're all, I can't believe they're doing that, stupid AVON or stupid delivery company, it's no way to handle it. Teach your representatives how to deal with these issues. AVON isn't perfect. They make mistakes, and so do the delivery companies. We try to make sure that this doesn't happen again, especially not to the same rep, and sometimes it does. But we have to teach them in this business how to deal with it. Things happen, so how are we going to get through it? So as much as I want to punch everybody in the face at the delivery company for doing it, I can't do that, so I have to teach the representative. Kept him calm. Thank God he got his order today, so he was ecstatic just because the order showed up, so problem solved. So I took care of that. Had to do the bank, had to do the post office, that thing. My schedule consisted of, I had a sign up at 1 o'clock today, so I had to be up here in Delaware because I had a sign up here. Right after that sign up, at 2 o'clock, I had to meet with a rep who has been with me only 2 campaigns. She is doing absolutely wonderful. It was the follow-up. I think managers call it T2. I can't keep up with what AVON calls everything, but I try to do a follow-up appointment. And I try to always make this follow-up appointment sometime before their orders due. Now, I'm not telling you that's gospel, okay? It's not gospel, because sometimes, according to when you're signing them up, sometimes that's not always possible. So if I can't meet them in person for that second visit, I will try to Skype with them. Sometimes it is a in-depth phone call, but it is scheduled. And does that mean they always keep it? No, it doesn't mean they always keep it, but I try to make it sound like, not like it's mandatory or I'm ordering them to, but kind of like it's part of the process. So for me, it's like when I got done signing up this chick, I said, okay, you know what, we need to do we need to go ahead and schedule the follow-up to make sure that you get how to put your order in and make sure that you know how to submit it and what you need to look for when you're submitting it. Now you're going to go take these 2 classes at Beauty of Knowledge that I have. You're going to get this done. I want you to concentrate on getting these books out and collecting orders. You want to turn people onto your AVON brochure and you want to take the orders. That's the number one thing. I want you to take 2 Beauty of Knowledge classes and I want you to collect the orders, and then you're going to meet me, or we're going to talk, or whatever it is. Now, mostly I say they're going to meet me. And then if something else has to be done, we take care of that at the time. But most of the time, they will meet us. So I meet them, and yes, I have my computer, and a lot of people use their tablet or iPad, but because I always do everything on the computer, most of the time I'll bring my computer for those. And I sit right there, and we put the order in together, at least what orders that they have. It's obviously not time for them to put the order in, but that's what I do. I sit and I show them how to do that and take them up to the edge that says, okay, now that order's sitting here. This is how you would submit it if you're going to submit it. And I take them through the whole thing. I show them how to get back in so that they can add to that order if they need to. It takes me probably 20-25 minutes. I tell them to bring any new questions they have. I spend again another 30-35 minutes with them, sometimes longer if they're exceptionally friendly and they want to cut up with me, which a lot of them do, so it's okay. So that went really well. I did that at 2 o'clock and met with her. And then also, she's brand new to leadership. What a joy it is to have somebody who jumps into leadership of their own accord. We had talked about the leadership opportunity. We had talked about the residual income. And this lady is an absolute gem. I do believe God sent her to me because I have been looking for almost 9 years for somebody who is bilingual and could speak Spanish well. And so for all you people out there who know that and who are laughing at me because every time they tell me they have somebody good at Spanish, I'm so jealous and envious. And this lady is wonderful. She's got a heart of gold. She really, 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 really wants this leadership thing. And we sat and we talked a little bit longer than normal about this because she already had her first sign up that the district manager helped with. And you know, it's amazing. I'm not cutting on district managers, so I know when the district managers, you know, when they watch this, and we all know some of them watch it, don't watch it if you don't want to know what I'm saying. I speak the truth. But this young lady said, oh my gosh, Molly, you know, you signed me up, and I know that you were in Maryland, and this lady, she sent her to help me, and she was a unit leader, but she said she didn't have the kit together like you do. She didn't have those extra papers you gave me. There was none of that. And she said, I just felt lost because I just wanted to give her, you know, your packet that you gave me. And I was like almost furious, but I wasn't. I held back and said, look, people do things differently. Doesn't mean right or wrong. But I like to give them as much information as I can that I feel like that they need, that they can run into before they meet me. And then we go over a lot of it again when they come back. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not real happy with how our kit looks. I'm not. I don't like that we only have a $10 kit. Don't shoot me. You know, y'all want to know what I think and what I do. I don't like having a $10 kit because when it was more expensive, it looked better and it held. When you looked at an AVON kit, when I signed up, it was awesome. We had a 3-ring binder and this and that, and it was just a great kit. So, see, I remembered the presentation I got when I signed up 8.5 years ago. And it may not be the same, but I like to make the presentation the same and let them know that I've really put something into this because I want them to be successful. So, you know, obviously, when I put a kit together, and, you know, yes, I deliver the kit like this. And no, do I like this bag? I don't, but I like it a lot better than the plastic bag. Everything comes in. I think that looks tacky. Just me. Doesn't mean that you're wrong if you deliver it in the plastic bag. I just don't like doing it. It's just my deal. And, you know, my team gets a folder. My team gets extra books. My team gets a sheet. See this sheet? Sheet that says important information. And on that sheet, it tells them what their account number is, what their district number is, where they're going to register. It tells them the AVON main number. It gives them every number and every contact for me, which is probably why they're texting me at 11:30 at night. But that's regardless, with my card there, with the stuff that AVON gets us. You know, I give them a bag of the What's New bags or the clear literature bags. So, needless to say, that's another subject, but the point is, what I'm telling you is, I realized that I was doing something right with taking that kind of time and doing that. You know, Lee gets my kits together for me and puts everything together and does these sheets and all for me. And sometimes you wonder, does it make a difference? And for me, yes, it does make a difference. And what I really loved about this representative is because she's bilingual. She took all that information that I gave her and she started translating everything on paper for the Spanish representative that she just signed up. Yeah, Spanish representative. She's got 2 more that are coming in. I was very moved when she said, when I met with you and you told me your story, I could feel your passion and why you loved AVON and what AVON had done for you. And she said it may not be for the same reasons, but I think that AVON can meet my needs too. And I realize that no matter how much work some of what I'm doing is, it makes a difference. And it doesn't make a difference with everybody, because we all know we get those people that come in and they toss you $10 and they just think it's going to work for them, or they can just do, online orders. Everybody's just going to find them magically online and they're going to make $1 million. We know. But it does make a difference when you are a good leadership person. It does make a difference when you are a good business partner. It does make a difference when you care. It makes a difference, guys, if you have a 2nd or 3rd generation and you are reaching out to them. It doesn't matter whether it was somebody else's unit on your team. They should know who you are. They should, because one day that person who is right underneath you could fall off, and those people need to already be okay with you. So if you don't normally reach out to them, and I'm not saying they have to reach out to you and they want you to be their person. Yeah, there's a chain of kind of command there, but now on our team we're all one big happy family. And I remember the days of me working all the time, and sometimes they had to call Marianne and Ray Penn because they couldn't get me because I was at my jobs full time. And I was always so grateful that they could call them and get to know them too, and know that they were there to help them. And that is what taught me how to be a good leader, because they were always there to help anybody. And that's why I'm doing this. Look, technically, this is probably supposed to be for my team, but if anything I'm saying can help you, you know what? I want to see a lot of good leaders out there. And if there's anything that I have that can help make you a better leader, or make you think differently about something where it can improve something you do, that's what I told God I would do, is make sure that I'm helping anybody I can. And by the way, again, don't shoot the messenger. It doesn't mean that everything I'm saying, everything I do is completely right, as far as it's the only way, because my way is not the only way. But if you're looking for different avenues and you're looking for a different perspective on how some things are done or what kind of time is spent, you know what? That's me. That's what I do. I like to spend time with my team one-on-one and in a group, and when I have the opportunity to do it, to me, that's the best part of the AVON thing, is spending the time with customers, and especially my team, because my team is so important to me. So okay, so we took care of the lady. Then I had another second contact with somebody I signed up last week, who was very, very excited, but really didn't think she was going to do anything. She just said, I have a couple of people at work, I think. I really could use the extra money. I don't know if this is going to work for me, completely doubtful. And I, said, I want you to think about nothing but handing these brochures out to anybody you come in contact with. But when you do, get their name and number. If they don't give you an order right then, get their name and number anyways. If they do get you an order, you're going to need that. And she came into the hotel tonight just smiling, beaming, had a $200 order already. Order doesn't go in until Monday at 12 noon. But was ready to sit down and learn how to put that order in and see her order adding up, one order at a time on the AVON site. And, sometimes we don't always take the time to do this. I don't always take the time to do this, okay? You get really busy. They can't meet. You don't reschedule. I get it. I am guilty as charged, okay? Sometimes that happens and you can't, or you can't even take the time on the phone, or sometimes, oops, we meant to, but we don't. But I have realized that just in this starting, that we are 16 days into our 16th day into January. And, my goal is trying to make sure that, if at all possible, to do that second visit, that second follow-up, sit down with the representative. I am attempting to do that. I'm also reaching out to people that my team are signing up that I know they're not doing it and saying, if you would like to meet with me, I would be more than happy to do it. You know, does that mean we meet with them all? No, it doesn't. But I follow my team, you know, at least the first 6 campaigns, because by then I feel like that they can have it. So, you know, leadership, same thing. The new girl I was just telling you about, she's new to AVON, but she's also new to leadership. So I had to show her about the online manager and how to enroll tonight. And, you know, we sat in the hotel room and we did that. And I showed her that and I said, look, you're going to have 1. You're going to have 1. But one day, you're going to have 5. And then you're going to have 10. And then you're going to have a page of all these in the genealogy tree. And then you're going to have 2 pages. Maybe one day you'll have 4 pages like me, because, hey, that's what I want for you. So we kind of went over that kind of stuff, and, you know, and how empowering it was to sit and show her all of a sudden how her business was going to expand. It was absolutely amazing for me. And I think amazing for her too, because she realizes it's really starting to feel like a business to her, not just this little hobby thing that, you know, a lot of people take on. And by the way, they're not all like this too. We know that, right? We have all the ones that we're lucky if we see a $50 order, right? We can't do anything about those. We can reach out the same, but it doesn't mean that they're going to be takers for it. So don't beat yourself up when they don't take you up on it. But for those who absolutely have a want to, don't pass them up. Don't be too busy. You need to put it on your calendar. You need to put it on your schedule, and you need to tell them how very important it is to this new business that they're starting, that they follow through with meeting you and staying in contact with you, because I made them accountable, guys. I made them accountable. I said, we're going to be meeting. Make sure you bring your orders. Make sure you bring your folder. You know, make sure, because I'll bring the computer. I got all the hard stuff. I'm bringing it, but you bring it, because we are going to see together what you have. So we took care of that, and I sat down with her. And then, what else did I do after that? Okay, met with her, and then we met with Nicole for follow-up, all that good stuff. And yes, I did stop and eat for dinner. It was, I know, terrible. The only time I ate today was dinner tonight with Mary Ann. She's up here with me too. So it was a busy day. We didn't get to eat till about 7 o'clock this evening. I was busy all day with this. And then, of course, you know, I'm at Dover Downs, so, you know, before I came upstairs to do some more paperwork, I played the slot machines. Yes, I did. I didn't lose money, but I didn't make money, guys, you know. But I did, you know. Again, let me tell you about the Jewelry of Avon. I come up here. I've been up since 7 o'clock. I work until I go to dinner at 7, and you talk about a full day. A full day, all in between there. Answering calls, answering texts, putting out some fires here and there, but kept to my schedule because I knew what I had to get done that was most important. Made sure I followed it, and then everything else we fit it in. But in between there, Mary Ann and I had dinner, and then I went into the casino. And I played slots for an hour and a half, and I played penny slots. I don't play much, don't win much, but, you know, it is what it is. But I took time for me, because you know what? That's something I like to do. It's fun when I get a chance to do it. And the great thing about this business is, see, I remember 8 years ago, I'm looking, it's Tuesday night. Let me take you back 8.5 years into my life. 8.5 years ago in my life, when I first started selling Avon, I would have gotten up on Monday morning at 5:30. I would have gotten both my boys up for school and gotten them ready. I would have taken one to elementary school, and then I would have driven the other one to high school. I would have gotten to work at 7:45, and I would have worked there from 8 until 5 o'clock. My youngest would have been dropped off on the bus, and I would have had to make sure homework was done, dinner was done, make sure they're settled for the evening, get done what I needed to get done, and then I would be heading off. I'm sorry, this is Monday night. Monday night, okay, go to bed, get up and do the same thing Tuesday morning. Now this is where it comes in. This is where I know how blessed I am, no matter how busy my day is. Get up again, 5:30, do all that over again, and put my kids to bed. The difference is, at 11:30 tonight, I would have been leaving to go to work at my second job to deliver newspapers. I would have gone to the newspaper distributor, and I would have picked up my newspapers about 12 midnight, and I would have delivered papers till 5 o'clock in the morning, in the rain, in the cold, in the 28-degree weather, the inside of my car getting soaked, because I had to have that extra $250 a month that I was making for doing that twice a week. I would come back home at 5:30, get my shower, get my boys up, go to work on Wednesday morning, get the boys home, collapse into bed on Wednesday night, and have to get up at 5:30 again Thursday morning, but then turn around on Thursday night again and do it again Thursday night into Friday. And I did that every single week. I would put in 80 hours easy. And then when I started selling AVON on the weekends, trying to make sure customers got books and I'm delivering orders, 8.5 years in, jump ahead. Now AVON is the only thing I do. Now AVON is what brings me joy in my life. AVON has given me the freedom that when I talk about how excited I am in the morning about sitting in my jammies drinking coffee at 8 o'clock in the morning, I still just get excited about thinking about it, because my whole life up until 2.5 years ago, I never was able to do that. I was never able to go on field trips. I was never able to watch my kids do what they wanted to do in school, because I had to work all these jobs. And somebody offered me this opportunity. And at the beginning, I never saw a way out. That I could ever be happy and work really, really hard. And do not misunderstand me. I put in so many hours with AVON. But I make my schedule. I make my hours. I make my events. I make my follow-ups. I make the sign-up appointments. I decide whether I'm going to a meeting or not. Do you know how freeing that is? If you haven't experienced it yet, wow, wait till you get there. I'm telling you that if Molly Stone Bibb can do that, anybody can do it. With enough determination, enough hard work, and don't give up. Don't give up. No matter what, don't give up. You keep working. If your dream is like mine and this is all you want to do and you want to make enough money to live your life, and believe me, I'm still not making all the money I want to make. Remember, I'm a baby SEUL. But I see my mentors in front of me, and I see what they're making because I ask. I'm like, it might be rude. I don't care. I want to know what they're making. And they're doing this, and all their stories are different. Have you read A View from the Top? Are you kidding me? If you haven't, you all hear me preaching on Facebook. You better get that book and you better read it. Because so many stories in some ways are like my stories. But what I realize is the one thing they all had in common is they knew they wanted this to be their vehicle and they didn't give up. Now, they had hard times. They had stumbling blocks, but they didn't give up. So, needless to say, these are 2 days in my life. Are they easy days? No. But are they still the best days in my life? Absolutely. And I want you to have the best days of your life. So you need to make sure you keep yourself on a schedule. I don't care if you're working 2 other jobs or 1 other jobs. If your Avon business is important to you, you need a book or you need a smartphone or Google Calendar or whatever they're using these days. You need to make sure that you make a schedule and schedule in time to work on your Avon business and to work with your team, or if you're just an Avon representative, how dare I say that? If you're selling Avon and you're not in a leadership program, then you need to schedule out what you do. Books, orders, when are you putting in your orders, all of that stuff. Schedule it out and make it important. Don't just do it when the time is right, because if you're doing that, you're never going to go forward. You're going to stay where you're at right now. Believe me, I know. I've been there, okay? So I'm not going to tell you what the next questions are going to be. We're going to tackle 4 or 5 of them. Thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you so much. Never in my life ever felt like I had anything worth saying that anybody would want to listen to. Personally, I think it's because y'all think I'm goofy. I have big hair. I think that's it. And now you want to listen to me because I got my S on. That's what it is. Nobody wanted to talk to me when I was in EUL. What is with that? But needless to say, we are here. We are family. I love you guys. All of you. Not just my team. My team rocks. They rock. They rock it off the chart. My team rocks. My husband rocks. He rocks. But I want you guys to know that you rock. We are going to rock this thing for campaign 4 or 5. But look, guys, don't get caught up just in this campaign 4 or 5 thing. What you're making plans to do right now for your business, you keep making those plans and you keep working. Find out from those businesses when this is over, can you keep coming? Can you keep setting up those tables? Can you keep coming in there, sharing the opportunity in our platforms of say no to domestic violence and, getting rid of breast cancer? Come on. Keep it up. I'm not saying you got to do it 4 times a week, but make it a habit to do it twice a month, 3 times a month. Keep it real, but keep working your business. Keep stepping out of your comfort zone. And I'm telling you, it may take you 8 years, it may take you 4 years, it may take you 4 months. But when you can sit in a hotel room by yourself, complete silence, talking to yourself like I am, and you are making your schedule, as tired as I am, and guys, look, I'm beat. It's been a hard couple of days. I am beat. But when the only thing that kept me going and kept me awake was I promised to share with all my Avon peeps and my Avon team what I did in a couple of days in my schedule, because that's what they wanted to hear. And it had to do with Avon. There was nothing better. There was nothing better. So I bid you good night. It is now 12:31, taking up enough of your time. 52 minutes of me telling you my schedule. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back here in a couple of weeks, and we will talk about a few more things. Rock it. Go Avon. Tell everybody to say yes to Avon, and I will talk to you guys soon, okay? Onward. Onward. No matter what. Talk to you soon.